Hi, my name is Mang, and I'm a freelance illustrator from Manipur, India. This is a vlog series of me putting the time to work on my project for the next 100 days, in this case, my comic. So, this is day 9 out of 100 days of me making comics. I'm actually filming this before I put in time for my work on my working on my comic. And so yesterday, in last video, I mentioned that I was taking a break from client work, so I'm free today throughout the weekend. So I should be starting today, putting in more than 1 hour on my comic. So yeah, like I said, this is before I put in any work and time on my comic. I'm thinking of doing some concept artwork today, basically environment design. And so yeah, I'll probably record the process and talk about my ideas and how I got my ideas from. And so yeah. Okay, so I did not forget to record my drawing process. This is for this concept art is for like a small town, a town that is neglected by its government, by its king, and so I'm trying to depict a forgotten town. Right in the corner of the world, sort of something like that. So I'm going for fairly basic buildings, structures, and not just that, but they are mainly worn and torn down. So most of my references for the buildings are from the Middle East regions, and these places where it's dry. So yeah, the fairly basic buildings, and so I'm gonna come back from time to time and just talk about my insight and the ideas that I got all these from. So yeah, see you in a bit. So after doing a few of the exterior designs, layouts, I thought I would do the interior designs as well, and just give a rough layout of how the houses inside would look like. And I'm trying to keep it as minimalistic and simple as possible to show that the people that are living in this town are poor, and they're just getting by with what they have. So right after finishing the layout of the first house, I got right into this idea that I've had for a long time. So basically, there's no electricity in this world that I'm building, and apart from like the natural fire that people use by burning wood. I thought I would use or create something that they would use instead of firewood for like electricity for a light source. And so I thought, hey, why not bioluminescent critters? And as I thought of that, and I was starting to just getting ready to sketch and get the idea out, I thought, hey, maybe there are actual bioluminescent critters in the world that I can draw inspiration from. And so I looked it up, I googled it, and there is actually a real bioluminescent and so these bioluminescent critters are actually called headlight beetle larvae. So there are actual larvae out there that actually glow in the dark. They produce chemicals that make them glow, and the reason they use this is to lure insects, food basically for them. And so yeah, headlight beetle larvae, that's the inspiration where I got this idea from. So the whole world that I'm building, every civilization uses this bioluminescent larvae as a light source. And so inside the house, it's like a small lamp, and I thought I would keep them in glasses, but then I figured instead of that, why not nets, so that while they're being utilized by humans, if they're on a net, insects, they can still eat insects, right? The insects would still get attracted by the lights. So if it's a net, then the insects can come in and they can just eat it right there. And so yeah, the beetles and the larvae get fed, and the people get a light source. So it's a kind of like a good relationship they have going on. So yeah. Obviously there would be caretakers who take care of the larvae, and they would change them every night or so. This also reminds me of the early 20s, 30s maybe, when people actually did that. So they would go around and they would fill in the lamps with oil, yeah, so just like that, there would actually be people taking care of these larvae, and they would breed them, and they would go out at dusk. These larvae breeders, caretakers, they would start going out, and they would fill in these lamps with the larvae, fresh larvae. So yeah, that's the idea where I got these bioluminescent lamps from. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Bioluminescent larvae. This is day 9 of 100 days of me making comics, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 10. See you.